back of his thing, and he goes around the back of his truck, and there's two guys, they're cut off the lock, and they're opening the door, and they were grabbing, cases of Gatorade, and and they cut a hole in the fence behind the truck stop, and they were trying to put it in the truck, and he's like, really? Yeah, shotgun. He comes out. He's like, really?
Well, it's nice to know that you have my notification on.
Yeah. I know Michelle's 30.
He keeps saying Michelle. He's Ken is with Maureen.
I'm doing that on purpose, right?
Keep doing it. No, Kenny Younger has a beautiful Maureen.
Yeah.
That he's in love with, and she certainly appears to be in love with him. So, yeah. God bless him. Yeah, I like Kenny.
I don't know what's wrong with her eyesight, but
Well, she has squinty eyes, so it might be hard to see.
She's got really tiny eyes, she's squinting. I don't know.
Well, so does B-Joy for that matter.
I just got B-Joy new glasses, and she looked at me going,
I'm surprised she didn't drop dead.
She doesn't wear them.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah. See, Ken said her real name's Maureen Michelle.
Oh, so he is dating both of them.
Yeah. Now, just don't reach over, kiss her. Say, oh, Judy. That just ruined your day. Ken says 7 years. I'm still Mitch Broadwell. What's up?
Mitch Bromwell, welcome to the program.
Yeah, SpaceX. Going home. Good night. Yeah, okay, buddy. You take care, Mitch.
Mitch.
Another rock. But hey, I was just reading it.
Mitch is Scott. Mitch is a big fan of your political beliefs.
Yeah, I know. I don't really care. But yeah. Hey, did you see that thing about the Starlink? There's a couple of hackers in wherever they say, hey, anything you send over Starlink, we can read, right? Because of the way
they can read anything they want at any time.
Yeah, well, because of the way it works, because it's not a point to point, sort of like internet or even wireless. You're not really dealing point to point. You're dealing with these things that flash all around. And they said that and they actually published proof that they've infiltrated the Starlink system, and they said it wasn't that hard. And and if you do that basically you can capture everything that moves through Starlink.
Yeah, well, I mean, they say in the Ukraine war that Starlink has proven to be, very helpful for the Ukrainians.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is. I mean, it gives them. Let's make Largo High great again. Oh, I didn't go to Largo High. I went to Clearwater High. I went to the better high school.
I don't get the reference.
Those are Florida high schools.
Mm. But no, so I've been having a tough time at work the last couple of weeks myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a problem with they have me Scott, they have me. Hey Kevin, welcome. They have me on a recorded line pretty much cursing at a potential customer because he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, this potential customer kept like yelling and yelling, and I was like getting sick of it. And this is on a recorded line. That
Did you tell him to shut the fuck up?
pretty much, I was like, you know what this guy did, right? So you know what I do? I help people with credit card processing.
Right.
So, you know, like people who are already processing, I mean, they usually don't change unless you're going to save the money.
Right.
You know, either you're saving the money or they had some problem with where they're at. You know, maybe they held the money or fucked them over somehow. Mm-hmm. But this guy, right? So we're going through his statement, and you know, he kept saying, "Well, you're not saving me any money. You're not saving me any money." And then I found an $89 charge on his statement that was monthly. It was a monthly fee, and I'm like, well, we're not going to charge you that. So that's savings. You know, that's almost $1,000 savings a year. Why, you know, right. Why wouldn't you do that? And then he said, oh, well, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to call that company and tell them to take that charge off, and then you won't be saving me anything. So I was like, wait a minute, you're going to take what I just educated you on and just call the company that's been ripping you off for the last 3 years and tell them to take it off? I'm like, if I found out that someone was ripping me off for, you know, $90 a month, I wouldn't do business with them.
Yeah.
And,
I just make a joke, yeah.
So, but this call that was recorded got listened to by a manager from another department, and she went off on me and my manager about it, how unprofessional I was, and it was unbelievable. I almost lost my job because of it, which I wouldn't have been crying about. I mean, it would be you know,
you got it bad, Johnny.
and then after that call, there was like a thing where she wanted to have a pipeline call, right? Because I'm partners with that department, mm-hmm. And that department is supposed to give me referrals, which I call and I sign them up, or I don't. Either way, but so then she said, well, you know, you're not signing enough deals with these partners. I'm like, well, these partners aren't really working hard. I said on another call. And she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, they only put in, you know, 1 referral for the month and they need 2 approvals. I said, to get 2 approvals, you might need 4 or 6 referrals to get those 2 approvals. Yeah. And so she's like, all right, well, now you have to come into Manhattan, the Trust Building on West 47th Street every week to make calls with these people. And and on the call with her and my manager, I just said, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And they didn't like that answer.
Yeah, Mitch says, hey, sounds like you're still in system banking. Looks like retirement is in the, should be say credit cards.
No, in the cards. Yeah. Oh, it's happening, Mitch. I was planning for it to be next year. But if it happens sooner, you know, that's fine.
That's what I told BJ. I said, you know, we're talking about me leaving, you know, in February of next year.
Oh my God, February next year. What's the difference if it happens now?
Yeah. And I said, so, you know, if I decide, you know, Monday morning, that's it, I'm done.
Then you're done. I mean, it's November. You're talking about like a couple of months.
Yeah. He said, you know,
life is too friggin' short to be miserable, man. If like you're unhappy, especially like in a job where you're working, you know, 40, 50, 60 hours a week.
I mean, we're going to go, you know, see my parents over, over Thanksgiving and that. And she's still working on getting her license transferred from New York here to Arizona so she can work as a nurse.
Yeah, you know, I have. No, we all have shit going on.
Yeah, I never quite understood that system they have. You know, like lawyers, you know, oh, you know, you're licensed to practice law in this state, but, you know, if you want to do, you know, in this state, then you have to, you know. But for a lawyer, it's very easy. For a lawyer, it's very easy because all you have to do is join the bar association, which is, you know, pay their dues, which isn't that, you know, I mean, don't let them fool you. It's not that much money. I have a friend that's a lawyer, and like he said, yeah, a couple $100, and you can practice law in that state too.
Listen, it's not all about money, life. I mean, we don't know when we're going to drop dead. I mean, that's the bottom line. And you don't want to do something that makes you miserable. You know, the last few years I've been miserable at my job, a job that I used to love dearly.
Yeah, I know that. You know, I mean, I've known you, what, 5-6 years now? And yeah, and you used to enjoy your work. You used to
yeah. When I first came on YouTube and got to start knowing people, I loved my job.
Yeah. You used to talk it up. Hey, it's a great job and this and that. And you and I have had personal talks about it, and you've just, basically soured.
Yeah, no, it's true. Because I don't want people to think that, like, I did this for, 23, 24 years and been miserable all the time. No, overwhelming majority of that time has been great, but it's just, I'm past it now.
Well, I know after the merger that, like you said, I mean, they changed the way they paid you. That you're doing work that basically you used to call grunt work, which entry level work. That I don't blame you. I got a friend that he fixes cars at a dealership, and he said yeah, he said I work for Ford dealers for 35 years, and he said one day he said the place he's working at here, right? They turned around and said, well, you can't come in and pick your jobs. We're, the certain new service manager decided, here, I'm going to give you this job. You've been here 30, here, I'm going to, he's no, I don't, I'm not doing that. He says, because, it's got low flat rate hours. He said, I'm going to use almost all my time on, those flat rate hours. And he said, and if I can even get it done in that amount of time, he says, that's a job a new guy gets. He says, I'll take this one. And the guy, you'll take the job I give you. And, and he said, yeah, that's when I knew it was kind of over. And he said, 2 months later, he said, you know what? He rolled his toolbox out and said, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah. Now you get done. Look, I see Ken Unger saying, he hates his job now after 37 years. He's burnt out and can't wait to retire. That's how I feel. Yeah. And the thing that gets me is like a lot of these guys who are going over to the Philippines, and again with these, Filipinas, like they don't, like the Filipina never like understands how much hard work the person put in to be in the position that they're in. Just think, oh, he's rich.
Well,
whatever he has is fine, but they don't understand the work and the dedication it took to put them in that situation.
There's an Englishman over in the Philippines, and I was on his live, and we were talking about, like these guys, they come over there, and they'll marry a Filipina, and Ken, don't you be one of these, right? And they'll build the big house, right? And they'll say, and I got my Social Security and so forth, right? And and you got a good Social Security retirement. They might even have a pension. They might have they might have a 401k, but they also have kids in the U.S., right? And when they die, right, they're going to give money to their kids and to their and to their new wife in the Philippines, and they might give her $50,000 or $80,000, right? But you just handed her a house that cost her $50,000 a month for electricity and and upkeep and everything else, and cars and everything else, and she's going to blow through that money so fast, because when she gets it, all of her friends and relatives are going to jump all over her about giving them money, and she's going to be buying iPhones for everyone, and within 5 or 6 years, she's not going to be in that house. She's not going to have any money, right? It's sad to say, but I mean, it's just like the Filipino, the overseas workers, right? I mean, here we know one, we know one very well. Okay, a star friend of ours, right, likes, and she worked overseas for how long, sending money back, and she'd come home with an old busted up phone to look at the new iPhones that all of the people she sent money to had, right?
Yeah, well, like Ken is saying.
and took all
Well,
her
hold on,
savings.
Scott. Hold on. Ken saying that selling cars over those years weren't easy and very high stress. Yeah, I mean I'm in the same situation.
But
Hard to do and very stressful.
yeah, and
Yeah.
let's face it.
First of all, I would never, if I ended up in the Philippines, which I don't know I will, but if I did, I would never like buy property and build a house on it. First of all, because I can't own it. The most I would ever do, if I ever did it, which I'm kind of like still against, but would be like, find some kind of like condo in a city, maybe cheap one. But I mean, that would be the most I can do, and I can use that money towards the visa if I was so inclined.
Well, I mean, now condos in the Philippines started, for like a 20 square meter, it was about 400 square feet, I think, or 600 square foot, condo. You're talking $5 million, $4 to $5 million.
Oh yeah, they're much expensive now.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous what they're charging for.
Well, I haven't spent much time thinking about it, but I think if I did do something like that, I would try to find like an older building where the apartments were a little a little bigger, but older.
It's sort of like the condo in Thailand. When that building was built, okay, they went for 95,000 baht. They now sell for 2.6 million. I mean, it's outrageous.
Oh yeah. Well, and everything that's new that they build is smaller and more expensive.
Yeah, right. And these are 35, these are 38 square meters, and the new ones are 33 or 32.
Right, and for more money.
Yeah, and for a crap load more money. I mean, there's some of them in, I mean, there's a new condo that's being built in Thailand, and it's in the ritzy area. It's sort of like if you go to Manila, Makati area, condos there are starting at 300 and 400,000 US dollars, and I don't know who's buying them. Well, they're selling them to Europeans, Australians, and Americans. They're not selling them. They're not selling them to Filipinos.
When I was in Cebu, I looked at a few like luxury new builds and stuff like that, and they were all like 10 to 15 million minimum.
Yeah.
Peso, obviously.
Yeah, but that's still 300 grand. You're talking $200,000 to $300,000.
Oh yeah, I would never do it in a million years.
I told somebody, I said, "Do you realize, you can lease a piece of property for 25 years." And,
yeah, I'd rather do that.
Yeah, with and you could build a place, right? And trust me, for $100,000, you could build the Taj Mahal in the Philippines.
Yeah, if you do it right.
Look at Cheese House. What did she end up spending for her entire place?
I have no idea.
Somewhere around probably $1 million and a half peso, 20 grand. So if you stuck $100,000 into a house, imagine what you could build. Right? Now you can't own the land, but you can own the house. Right? But you can lease the house for 25. You can pay a guy X amount of dollars, and I have rights to this, 200, 300 square meters, whatever, for the next 25 years.
Right. And chances are I won't be alive in 25 years.
If you live past 25 years, you can even put in a thing that you have a right to renew at the same, thing for 25 more years.
Yeah. Assuming that person doesn't die and other people inherit it and all that crap.
Right. No, there's ways around it if it's properly worded. The courts there have ruled, it's a contract, and the right of renewal is right of renewal.
Ken says he'll be able to retire in the Phils very comfy and low stress.
Yeah,
I bet you should, and you should, man. You almost work like fucking 40 years in sales.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at. I told, we had this conversation today. BJ came back from California, and her and I were talking about it all day today. And I said, I said, one of the things they'll never, they'll never stop using over in the Philippines is those silly little concrete blocks. And I said, the problem is they're, the ones they make are garbage. So I looked into it, I said, I can easily build them automatically.
Yeah, you told me, Scott. I don't want to hear it again, please.
And when I open a business, and she's like, "Oh, how much?" And I said, "Yeah, I realize how much, right? But if you're making, if you have 3 people and you're making 600 blocks a day, you make 1,000 peso a month. If you have 3 people and you're making 20,000 blocks a day, you can sell them actually cheaper and make a whole lot more money." And
Scott, I just want to say for the record that a lot of you YouTubers that I support and I go to your live streams, I shall not be visiting anymore.
Why?
Well, because they don't support me when I go on just a few times. So,
well, I support you if I'm able. I mean,
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about all the other assholes that I support. And I go to their channels once or twice a week, and I'm like, why am I doing this? First of all, these people don't appreciate me being at their shitty little channels.
I mean, there's, there were people that I supported, and over political, for silly little political reasons, they block me, they ban me, whatever. So I don't go to their channels. I mean,
yeah, I won't be going to a bunch of them anymore.
I don't push their channels. I don't.
No, you don't push them. You don't knock them. You're just indifferent. Yeah. That's how I'm going to be. I
don't care.
No, what I've been doing is that I've been getting notifications from these channels, and I've been clicking on them, and I either been, unclicking the notification button or unsubscribing because I don't want your notifications. I don't care.
Well, I told BJ, he said, one of the things I want to do is I want to open up a store, or not a store, but a school, right? To teach young men, how to actually work on things.
So that's how it's going to be at the Jaygee Bk channel. If you don't support me, I'm not supporting you. Just point blank, get over it.
Good. I mean, I don't do this to make money. I mean, I just do it because it's cheaters in the house, dingy dong, dingy dong, dingy dong. What?
Hi, Chi.
Are you playing with your ding dong again?
Hi, Chi. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Chi, how you doing? Mr. Pickles? I haven't heard anything from Pickles lately. I don't know. I think she locked them up in a plastic bag and suffocated them.
I don't know. You have to ask her.
Yeah. I think she killed off Mr. Pickles. Mr. Pickles went. So anyways, but yeah, so I told her, I said, I want to open up a school. And, because, we were talking about like even building a house. You can't find an electrician in the Philippines because everybody's an electrician. Everybody knows how to wire a house. No, they don't. I said, I've been inside some of these houses, and trust me, you're taking your life in your hands sometimes when you plug steam.
I think everybody that moves to Florida gets an electrician's license because they just give them out at the border. I know a bunch of people came up from Florida, said, "Oh, look, here's my electrician card," and they didn't know how to change an outlet.
Yeah. That's because I mean, they're standard in Florida. I mean, there's such things. It's called 70E. The electrical code.
Oh, is there going to be some bitching going on in another live stream when I bitch at all the people that I support that don't show up? It's going to be nice. It's going to be epic.
Don't call them out. I mean, just
No, I'll call them out by name. That's much more fun.
Yeah.
Because really, just like my job, like I don't care if they fire me or if I quit. Same thing with YouTube. I really don't give a shit.
It'll be you and me just sitting around shooting the shit.
Yeah, well, that's what it is anyway. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, remember when we used to have like...
Not trying to impress these fucking assholes and losers.
I told somebody, he said, I remember when I used to have 50, 70 people on this live stream, and we'd have some, exchanges. We'd have 4 or 5 people on the panel, and and then all of a sudden, it's like, they got mad because I didn't agree with their political side, and I've heard from people that they were told that if they come to my stream that they'll be blocked on theirs. Well, then fine, go to theirs. I don't care.
Well, listen, Scott. Politics and religion is really like 2 subjects I just stay away from as much as I can. The only time I get dragged into it is if I join you. But other than that, I don't talk about it because it's not that important to me. More important stuff to me is my job, retiring, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but politics is a big part of why you still have to work.
No, not really.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, but politics is the only part of your life you can control.
What I find is that it's completely out of your control, and I think I think it's like an old person kind of thing to get really involved with because you have more time on your hands. I don't have the time. I'm busy. Just don't.
Well, see, and that's the problem.
I have an opinion, but I don't care.
But here again, that's the problem. I mean, here, I told BJ, I said, difference between politics in the U.S. and politics in the Philippines. Politics in the U.S. is 100% a personality thing, right? That, the perception.
I think Philippines is more honest with politics. They just go around handing out 1,000 pesos and people vote for them. That's more honest than the shit we put up with.
I told her, I said, Well, hey, Frank. I just want to say this. You're right. There's no snowflakes on this thing because I mean, if you want to talk about snowflakes, let's talk about the guys that won't buy Bud Light.
Frank, Scoot is the biggest snowflake on earth.
Talk about. Well, I know. I was laughing, and somebody says, "Oh, you're a snowflake." Really? So why don't you buy Bud Light? Oh, that's right, because you're a snowflake. Right? Why do you whine? Because you're a snowflake. Right?
Oh, why don't you watch my videos and make a comment and give me a thumbs up? Because your video fucking sucks. That's why.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's unentertaining. So I stopped watching them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a couple of guys that, I stopped watching. There was this farmer guy that I used to watch. But, I mean, all his videos just became the same thing.
Yeah, kind of like a hello guy.
Huh?
Like a hello guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Okay, yeah, they become kind of a... Davo Don.
Don, I was just bitching about all the people that don't come to my channel. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Don, how you doing? Well, he used to come to my channel directly. I guess he's coming in the back door.
Well, you're a liberal pansy, so Don don't want to be associated with that.
Hey, Emily. How you doing, Ems? I still watch
Hello, Ems.
I still watch Ems videos. I don't usually comment on them, and I always, I remember back in the day when, there was like the 5 of us, the Powder Puff Girls, you and me.
Me
and the star. We used to always get together.
Me. The big thing with the videos is if the title doesn't interest me, I'm not going to watch. And the same thing with the live streams. If the title doesn't interest me, I'm not going to watch. If you don't come and check out my live streams, because I don't really do too much videos, I'm not going to come and watch yours. It's just going to be tit for tat.
Hey, Frank, you just picked up a viewer. Frank's Lonely Horse says, first time I've ever seen you. First time, John BK.
That's fantastic. If you want me to, if you're just going to subscribe to my channel for me to subscribe to yours, don't do it. I'm not that interested.
hold on. I got to do this for the house. How do you do that? Like this?
Cook crickets. Good. I want to see you eat the crickets too, Emily.
What?
I'll watch Emily cooking and eating crickets.
Actually, I had crickets.
I'm sure they're fantastic.
It wasn't bad.
I'm sure it wasn't. It's protein.
Hey, how's that good-looking guy, Lorna? How's that?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Scott.
Gosh, he's good-looking.
Oh, Lorna's eye candy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's one good-looking dude.
No homo, but he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Emily has the best bit. Yeah, actually, Emily, if you want, I mean, she does great videos. Actually, I mean, her cooking videos are great. So I'm definitely going to watch the cricket one because I did have crickets. Gosh, that was.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Somewhere in the Middle East.
I'm not so sure about Emily's videos.
Serious. It was either Syria or Lebanon, where the guy cooked crickets.
I see them in Thailand videos. The crickets, you can buy them on the street and just pop them like candy.
Yeah, but those are a little different. I don't know if she's going to do the same thing. These are like little brown crickets, and they cooked them up, and actually they were crunchy. I'll give them that. They were definitely crunchy. But the spices on them were pretty good. Do I sound like I'm inside a drum?
Well, that's where I wish you would be, at the bottom of a barrel, but I don't know.
Bottom of the barrel, out there in the ocean fishing.
Well, you got four more beers before you hit the bottom of the barrel. But
I think yeah, it must be the Hawaiian air.
Oh man, can you think of anybody with a better life than Lorna? Works and lives in Hawaii, has the most handsome man as a husband. I mean, she's set, man.
Yeah. I mean, she got the greatest job. I remember when she used to live stream, when she first was doing live streams. Just for people who don't know, she used to do them from work in the government office.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, on government payroll.
I don't think she does that anymore, Scott.
And actually, I will say one thing for Lorna. Hey, Lorna, you were the first woman I ever heard drop the F-bomb live.
Multiple times.
In the same sentence.
She had more of a potty mouth than I do. That's why I like her.
She did clean up very well, though, after a little while. She doesn't do that anymore.
No.
Missouri tonight. Ooh. We're in Missouri. I did miss out on great. I told Bijou, with her being in California, we missed out on a great deal. In Peel, Arkansas, 36 acres, and the guy had a 2-year-old travel trailer that he was going to give with it, and a bass boat. And I said, the boat and the trailer are worth more than what he was asking for all the land. He wanted $75,000 for the whole deal. But I promised her I wouldn't buy anything without telling her. And I went, so I told her, she says, oh yeah, you should get that. And not sold. I didn't figure it lasts more than a few days.
Who the hell would want to be in Arkansas anyway? You couldn't pay me cash money to go live there.
Well, it's not to live there. It's, I mean, it's kind of an investment thing. Eventually, Arkansas is going to see the light.
Don't you love Emily's car videos? Those are fantastic.
I want to see Emily driving.
She can't drive. She's a midget.
I want to see Emily driving. Eagleville, Missouri.
You just want to see death. That's what you want to see. You want to see people get run over.
Well, yeah, it'd be like Death Race. Remember that movie Death Race? What was it? Death Race 2000 was the second one they made.
I'll be right back.
But,
wow.
I mean, Emily, right? I think Emily should take driving lessons. Her dad should give her driving lessons.
This guy's out of control. Go ahead, Scott.
What?
No, I hit a button. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh. That's a little more information than I wanted, but you could always pull a shooting star and leave it on. Yeah, you don't need a license. It just tell your dad you'll drive, right? Tell your dad you'll drive, right? Put him in the passenger seat, put a blindfold on him so he doesn't scream, and then just take off. That would be a viral video. Oh, Lorna will teach you to drive. I've seen Lorna's driving. Yeah, you might want to pass on that one. No, I'm just kidding. No, Lorna actually. Yeah, she's probably one of those. Yeah, you're just going to look for the taxi driver boyfriend, huh? Yeah, actually, I told somebody, he said, well, the scariest place to drive, let me think, all the places I lived. Well, actually, most of Asia is pretty calm because they don't get up to any kind of speed. And and like when I lived in Japan, I mean, you could be drunk and swerving down the road and nobody would hit you. A, because they don't want to damage their car, and B, they'd be ashamed if they did.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where's the worst drivers I've ever seen. Definitely now when you go to the Middle East, now in like Kuwait,
driving. What are you talking about? New York City is one of the worst places to drive on earth.
New York City. Yeah, Japan, like I said, they don't drive that fast, and people are like the Philippines. They'll, if you want to move over, they will. They're going to kind of crowd you out, but as you start nosing over, they're going to let you in.
Listen, in New York City, if you piss someone off enough, they're going to get out of their car and shoot you.
Now,
so
the years I lived in the Middle East, right, Dubai, right, in Dubai, if you're driving, when I was living there, if you were driving one of those H2 Hummers, you yield to no one. When you hit one of those traffic circles, you just drive in at full speed, and if somebody's in front of you, you hit them. And they did it all the time. Right? If you happen to be driving a Lamborghini, right? When the light changes, you weave until you get to the front, and you speed up to about 80 to 150 miles an hour. And if the light turns red, you just keep going. And if you happen to hit somebody, so be it. It was God's will.
It sure is.
Yeah, Now, the scariest place I ever was for driving was Nicaragua.
She is saying that Emily can hire her as a driver as long as it's a straight road.
in Japan, well, when I lived in Japan, they did the same thing with the motorcycles. But here, now the scariest place to drive ever.
Scott, when you lived in Japan, did people think you were Godzilla because you're so tall?
No, but what I used to get a lot of was Philippine or Japanese women who would come up because you got to remember back then I wore a black leather jacket, right, with with patches on it.
Wow.
And I had a Harley that I drove around on. And when I would stop someplace, Japanese women would come over and they would want a picture. Then and the manager for the company I worked with, Japanese guys, finally explained it to me. He says, I said, what's the deal with the with all these gals wanting? Oh, he says, like when we go, when I go someplace, up in the mountains or whatever, and go check out, one of the temples or whatever, I get all these Japanese women. Oh, they're probably on vacation, and then they'll take a picture with you, and then they'll talk about the gaijin that they met. They're so nice.
Yeah, well, you should have definitely got with a Japanese girl or two because they're hotter than Filipinas by miles. I know you're married to one, but just realistically speaking.
I mean, I had, I did have some Japanese girlfriends, but just so you know, the ones you see on YouTube are not the standard.
Japanese women are much hotter than Filipinas. Sorry, Filipinas.
No, you just like bangs. They're into bangs. I'll give them that. They do have bangs.
Yeah, well,
but
I'm into bangs. They're into bangs.
But no. Anyways,
they know how to do the hair in Japan. I'm sorry.
It's definitely the worst. But here, back to the worst place. Worst place ever to drive is Nicaragua, because they get all their cars. Right, out of places like Thailand, Japan. Or what they call overstocks. Later, Frank.
Listen, if I was the dictator of the world, women would be forced to wear bangs.
Here's the best part. They buy these cars that are all left-hand drive. Right? They're the opposite of ours. But, the rules are you drive on the right side of the road like we do here in the U.S. So now imagine you're sitting now on the passenger side driving a car. And there's a truck going 15 miles an hour in front of you. And you want to pass that truck. So, you got houses on the side, right? So now you have to creep out from behind the truck, right, to see if you can make it around the truck before the next truck's going to smash into the front of your car. But you're in the passenger seat. You have to go. So hello. You get really good at swinging out. Swinging way out there and swinging really fast back because there's another truck coming down the side of that truck.
Wait, I'm waiting to see in the morning. I'll see a comment that says, hello. Sorry I missed your stream.
Could happen.
Well, I'm not sorry I missed yours. How's that?
We have Hatch.
Drop a link, would you?
In here. I did. It's posted on the top. I can redrop. Hello, who's there?
Scoop B and Jaygee Bk.
Oh, let me guess.
I recognize that voice.
Would this be? Oh, I know who this is. That's that Biden guy down in Alabama.
Is this the free cheese line?
No, I think you got the wrong number. The person you dialed is not at home.
This is Cheesy Man. What's up?
And well, I just got done watching what you call that thing again?
Trump.
Transformers. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, you were busy getting programmed.
Yeah.
How you doing, James?
I'm
We were
doing
talking.
okay.
Hey, we were
I'm
talking.
really hype
Hey, wait,
after the
wait.
movie, and this is the best thing at the next best thing, you know?
What's that?
The Scoot B Show, live and
No,
direct
what
with
movie were
Jaygee
what movie were you watching?
Transformers, Rise of the Beast.
Oh,
Wow.
And now I'm here with some real beast, baby.
So let me ask you, I heard today, do you know where the phrase comes? You know, people say this sometimes, you know, oh, he's drinking the Kool-Aid. What reference is that? Where does that come from?
That's well, you know, I first heard that.
hold on. We have people, you know, wondering who just joined. We got who's that? Who that?
That is James from Jeb Jam fame channel.
Know the voice. Yeah, I first heard that phrase from some guy named Skeeter, but I knew what he meant. You know, it's when somebody's just drinking all the bull crap that's being fed by
No,
mass
you know where it
media.
came from?
Where did it come from, Scott?
Hey, back in the 70s, it was called the electric Kool-Aid test. They dropped LSD into Kool-Aid, and they you know, like spiked the punch with it.
Okay, all right. Let me just stop you there, Scott, because you're both wrong. Where the phrase "the person drinks the Kool-Aid" comes from is Jim Jones.
Yeah, poisoning the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. He was a cult leader, kind of like somebody with orange hair that we know here, that said told all his followers to drink the Kool-Aid, which was spiked with poison that killed like all of them. So that's where the phrase "drink the Kool-Aid."
Well, that's when it became super popular. But no, it doesn't actually go back to the electric Kool-Aid, you know, test. They called it. Where, you know, did you drink the Kool-Aid?
That is not where it comes from. It comes from Jim Jones.
Oh yeah, that popularized it, I guess. You know, yeah, he
popularized it.
Yeah. He did tell us, I'm just telling you, he did drink the Kool-Aid. You know, hey, go drink the Kool-Aid. Right, when I was in high school was the thing.
And that was like the 50s, but that was in the 50s.
No, that was in the
30s. I ain't quite that old.
That was before Broadway.
Come on, Scott. How old are you? I'm clean.
Scott remembers the first Broadway show.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Let
Broadway was a dirt road.
and dinosaurs walk the earth.
But no, I mean, I'm serious. Back in the 60s.
Me too.
Yeah, back in the 60s, you know, they used to be the thing, you know, they LSD back in like, you know, late 60s, early 70s, they throw it in like a punch or, you know, whatever, and things, hey man, go drink the Kool-Aid. And then Jim Jones, you know, yeah, with his, you know, thing that popularized it is because he told his followers to go drink the Kool-Aid.
Hey, Mark, welcome, Mark.
Now,
welcome to the program.
There's the question: who is Jim Jones?
Well, he was the cult leader who, you know, told his people to drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, he convinced, you know, he like what was the guy down in Waco? God, I can't think of his name right now.
What? Waco, Texas? That's dangerous place.
Huh? Hey, Carol Lorner, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, the guy in Waco, Texas. Right?
Oh,
you know, at least I can say, at least I can say that, you know, Lorna has a big channel, and you know, I go over there, and she comes over here, and I understand, like myself, she's a working person, so I appreciate her taking time to Stop it.
Are you saying Lorna's a working girl?
No, I'm saying she's a working person.
Oh, okay. Oh, she works for people?
Yeah, she works for the government. and the worst words that you ever want to hear in your life is, "I'm here from the government and I'm here to help you."
So say Ronald Reagan. Yeah, but
Well, I can't see your chat, but hello to your chat people over there.
Yeah, we got a couple of good people in here.
Just a couple? That's only two.
yeah.
Yeah, well, the people I support don't come over to my channel, James. So the problem is that's about to change.
But anyways, so
what you been up to?
But anyways, hey, so back to your thing. David Koresh, Jim Jones. You know what they both had in common?
Little dicks.
Oh, and what was the guy? What was the guy that convinced all his people to drink the poison because the comet was going to take them to heaven or whatever? No, the guy in California. I can't think of his name. All three of them had something in common.
I don't know. Why don't you tell us? Mark, the Savage King. Welcome, Bruce, the Shooting Star.
And the Shooting Star is in the house.
What's up, Star?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
What's going on in Mississippi burning?
Bruce sings a great I Said I Am by Neil Diamond.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah,
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
He's doing the singing.
Just a couple. Is he talking about two guys again? I don't know. Were you down visiting Shooting Star again, JG?
No, I think Shooting Star Bruce is hooking up with Emily. I think that's a good coupling.
Just a couple?
A couple.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Me too.
And Emily could put on the little maid outfit. Bruce could come. Bruce could bring his guitar and come as the naked cowboy.
What is this? All my children?
Huh?
All my children? General Hospital? What are you doing here?
No.
General Hospital. I used to watch that. Luke and Laura.
Oh my goodness.
My mom used to watch. What was the one with the vampire? Barnabas Collins.
Buffy the Vampire.
No, Barnabas. Barnabas Collins.
Let's keep that on the DL.
Luke and Laura. Well, I had no opportunity to say no. If I tried to change the channel from General Hospital back in the day, my sister would beat my ass to the ground. So that was what I watched.
Here you go. Mark says, JG, this one YouTube video says I can get money from rich people.
Yeah, Scott's on here and James is on here. There you go. You have access to two of them.
We won't even talk about the Brooklyn money.
Hey, listen, I have T-Rex arms. I can't reach my wallet.
My piggy bank is brown. Small change.
Yeah.
I doubt it. You cover like 6,000 properties. You're loaded.
Yeah. Well, no.
And Scott almost bought his last company that he worked for. So,
the last two companies were too big for me to even buy. And DuPont bought the one before that. So, here's the thing, right? It's true. I can attest. James' money is brown. Right? That's because he. This is a guy.
That's because he buries it in the backyard and then digs it up, so it's brown.
Let me put it this way, right? This guy, he can stick 2 nickels between his cheeks and shit out a quarter.
Sounds like you was on the other end waiting for it to come out, Scott.
James goes with the Trump valuation. You value the property when you need a loan at like 8 million, and then when it comes to pay taxes, you say it's worth 80 cents.
He said, "What's wrong with that?"
Doesn't that give you a warm feeling inside?
No, he's the guy. He's the guy that drives around in that Volkswagen with the Rolls Royce front end and says it's worth 400 grand.
Hey, listen, this is America, okay? This is where your dreams come true.
And so do your nightmares.
Shoot. Anyway, I'm trying to buy a house in Arizona.
Yeah.
Would you lose a bet?
I figure I need some downtime.
You could take a bath in a rock garden.
Some place to go for the winter. You don't have much.
Alabama. I've been hearing so much good things about Alabama too.
Oh man, these people out here are crushing it.
Oh yeah, those MAGA folks are just reeling it in.
We're waiting for the grand tour. There's this guy doing a tour right now, and he's supposed to come into Alabama. So it's coming from Arizona, something like that. So we'll see what he's all about.
But there's some guy coming in to do a tour of Alabama.
Yeah, from Arizona.
Oh, I thought it was the guy that had orange skin. I don't know.
Some corporate guy.
Mark King, you're incorrect, sir. If you go back and find me on a live stream, I said Texas was going to win. I did not say Arizona. If anything, I won that bet.
You probably know him, Scott. I'm gonna find his name.
You're talking about the gold guy.
I can't remember. Some corporate guy. There's a big deal going on over here. I don't know the whole story.
Oh yeah, Scott lost the bet. That's right, because he was betting on Arizona winning the World Series.
Actually, I took the Rangers. I'm not. I don't.
I took the American League. I'm a Yankee fan, so I usually go with the American League in the end, who I would want to win.
I mean, you got to remember, I'm a transplant here. I'm not a.
What'd you say? You're a transgender there?
That's what I heard.
Right, James. You heard that too. He's a transgender in Arizona.
All I heard was I'm a trans.
I'm a transplant.
He's a transgender, and B-Joy's a lesbian.
Yeah. It still works.
No, you got to remember, hey, you got to remember, she worked at the largest,
Yeah, she was the one who would fix, turn penises into vaginas.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah. Why do you think she looks so good?
How is B-Joy?
Why? She's doing great, actually. She just got back from California. We now have enough fruit to last us through about 2026.
What? Jaygee?
See, I don't know. I would never have a wife that takes vacations without me. I wouldn't trust it. I'm not that trusting.
Hey, here, JC. It works this way, Johnny. It works this way, Johnny.
Unless I'm taking single vacations myself, she ain't taking one. Or
her sister came here after leaving her boyfriend for umpteen years. Her sister moved in. Right? After 5 days, they were talking about going seeing their mother in California. Right? But the problem is the sister needed tires for a car, and B-Joy's got an electric car, But the problem is, the electric car is not designed for long trips. This is
Hey, wait a
trip
minute.
to the
Her
city.
mom doesn't. What? I thought her mom lives in Arizona.
Well, her mom lived here, but I paid $350 to have her car shipped to California because she was going to go to California to take care of this gentleman in California as he's dying. He was a friend of hers. He was going to pay her, to take care of her.
Oh wow.
So they decided, they wanted to go see her, and they said, well, yeah, but the sister can't drive the car, and they wanted to take my truck. And they said, you know what? I'll just go rent a car. I rented them a Nissan and sent them for an entire week to California. It was a very blessed week. They let me rest, think, and they're back.
So you have
But here's the best part is they went to B-Joy's, their sister lived in California, and her husband, they went and stayed there, and my mother-in-law has this thing about planting a lot of stuff. So she planted a lot of fruit trees in the back of the house in California. So they came back with this entire Nissan SUV packed full of fruit.
Oh wow.
We have I don't know, everything from papayas to lemons, limes, oranges, bags of them. All over the house now.
Must smell good in there.
And I'm thinking, I will never send them to California again.
Really?
We got enough food.
I don't understand this wife and husbands having separate vacations. Then why get married, man?
No. The sister.
That's the whole point, JG.
No offense. No offense.
Send them on single vacations.
So we're going to Arkansas, and now B-Joy's talking about bringing her sister along. Yeah. I said, well, we can, we'll all go to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Together.
Is she paying for herself, or you're the sucker?
No. Yeah, I got to pay for it.
What's wrong with a threesome?
But here, okay.
Well, apparently he's not getting that. Otherwise, he would just stay quiet and happy.
Hold on. That means I got to spend 20 hours in the car driving there
with two sisters.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Open up your wallet and take a plane if you're gonna have a threesome at least.
Yeah.
Are they close in age?
Are they close in age? The nice thing is what I'll do is keep them awake all day, and we'll drive at night.
Are they close in age?
Yeah, they're like 3 or 4 years apart.
Oh, okay.
The sister's younger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it'd be like a situation where the sister is like squeezing her boobs and B-Joy is doing them.
Yeah,
that would be like the threesome.
Yeah, that's interesting. Are they the same size?
That's what I said. I said, as well. If you don't want to tonight, I said that means your sister will. What? I got that. What? Can't believe that.
Are they the same size?
No.
Oh, they look alike?
The sister much fatter?
Let me see. I can probably pull up pictures of the two of them somewhere.
Who got the bigger booty?
Spoken like a black man anywhere.
I mean, B-Joy definitely has.
I was thinking about the boobs, but James, he was thinking about that ass.
Spank that ass. Let me see.
Oh God!
All right. Let's see. What do we got here?
Scott, are you soliciting right now?
So they're there. The sister is the one over here. B-Joy, the sister, and then the two nieces.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I could zoom.
Don't see anything. I think those two on the opposite side of AI generated. Not real.
Well,
Which one's the sister?
the one over here next to Joy.
I don't know.
The one
I'll take the
in
two. I'll take the two on the other side of the table.
the one in the green dress?
No. In the black. That's the oldest daughter of the sister of Joy.
Yeah, the two on the opposite side of the table have the best chance with me.
Oh, that's because you're kind of a pedophile. So. But that's okay, you know.
That's just that.
I don't
That's
judge.
just mean and hurtful.
Well, you have a beautiful family there, Scott.
Yes, inherited family.
Yeah.
You enjoy your family trip.
Actually, you know, I mean, BJ gets mad if I talk about it, but so what? You know, that when her sister was dying, I mean, I went saw her at the hospital. Yeah. And it's a shame. I mean, she's 44 years old, died of lung cancer. Shouldn't have happened.
That's freaking horrible.
Well, I mean, you know, but see, they never looked for it. I mean, she worked, you know, I mean, this is a head nurse at one of the, you know, largest research, you know, hospitals in California.
And she wasn't even a smoker, huh?
No, she never smoked. She never, you know, never drank, never smoked. You know, ate a very healthy life. You know, had a healthy lifestyle, and you know, and everything else. And you know, she kept complaining she has pains in her chest.
That's the worst to me.
And,
you know, I've lost family due to lung cancer, but it was them, you know, from smoking.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, people who die of lung cancer that never smoked, that really hits me hard. I hate that.
The doctors looked for, you know, at, you know, 50 different things. And then finally, you know, her sister went outside of the, you know, the university hospital system. And, you know, the guy, you know, the physician said, hey, you know what? Well, let's order, you know, chest x-ray and see what's going on. They hadn't even done that, you know, in 2 years. We said, oh my God. He said, you have lung cancer. Or, you know, the oncologist looked at her and says, it's late stage 3, it's entering stage 4. And, you know, and over the next 14 months, she died.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you know, there's a department in every hospital called Central Service where they do all the sterilization. That is the most dangerous department in the hospital. Most of the people there die from some kind of lung disease or brain disease.
But here you go. Right? Mark King says Scott should have no problems driving 20 hours. I drove from Orlando to Phoenix by myself. That's a lot longer than 20 hours. Hey James, how far you figure it is to Mesa to where do we stay in Florida?
That was Walton Beach.
Walton Beach.
Yeah. It took you a day.
Yep.
I just want to say that
that was like 30 hours, right?
Yeah.
And when I got there, we were still out partying.
Yeah, you brought the Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You brought the weed, Scott?
No. It was dandelions.
Was it edibles or could you actually smoke it?
I just told him it's Mary Jane, you know, it was actually dandelions.
You gave B-Joy like a gummy bear or something?
No, they were passing the pipe, man.
The pipe. All right.
Their truck was smoked out like Cheech and Chong.
Now that's my kind of party.
Actually, I remember my teen days doing that, where you'd roll down a window and it's just like, is that the fog setting in?
Get you a gas mask, Scott.
Actually, I made one of those modified gas masks.
Imagine that. Don't you wish one of those red states that you're looking to move in, actually made it legal?
Yeah, he lives. Well, that Arizona is real close to Colorado, isn't it?
Well, it's legal here in Arizona. It's legal in Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They legalized pot here, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. That's what you tell them. If you're in Mississippi, that's what you tell the cops. It's dandelions. It's, I mean, if you get pulled over, you grab the ranch dressing and you smear it over the top of the bag. Say, yep, just salad. Just eating a salad.
What state is that?
If you're going through Mississippi, you get pulled over.
Are you saying cops in Mississippi are stupid or something?
Oh, I ain't saying they're stupid.
He won't say that. He'll be banned.
It just ain't that really smart.
You're banned from Mississippi.
I'd be fine with that.
Actually,
except for Bruce, I'd have no problem with being exempted from Mississippi.
Before, but I do apologize again for Bruce. We were going to stop by and see Bruce on the way up to Arkansas after we left. James and Jebby. But the problem was getting to his place. Everything was flooded at that time, so we ended up having to bypass, and so.
And they don't like those Asian folks either. Mississippi. They don't like Asians. They won't let B-Joy in.
Hold on. So Mark's going over to Pana Beach over Christmas break. Go there, take her for a spring break. Trust me, you'll have much more fun looking at the seafood.
Wait, is he going to Panama?
No, Panama City Beach.
What the hell is that?
Down in Florida.
Oh, I had no idea.
If you go to spring break, the clams at spring break are a whole lot better, than if you go over.
That's kind of like saying you're going to Moscow, New York. You just unless you put the last part in, you don't know what it is.
Star says we have plenty of Asians here in Mississippi.
Scott, we have to go to New York.
Plenty is like 3%.
You and me, here's what I'm thinking. You and me, we'll just get on a plane. We're gonna show up at this certain place I know in Brooklyn, just down the road from the airport.
Thanks for stopping by, Chi. Appreciate it.
Chi?
Later, Chi.
Which Chi?
She. See, Mr. Pickle should be taking care of that lizard, but you killed off Mr. Pickle, so.
The Chi.
Oh, the
Chi.
Chi. All right.
Hey, hold on. I'm going to be serious here for a minute. Hey, Mark, sorry to hear that. Hey, give me a call. Anyways, so
what happened to Mark?
Here's the best thing.
What happened to Mark?
You and I get on. Don't worry about it. You and I get on a plane, right? Mm-hmm. And you and I get on a plane, right? We get off at JFK, right? I know a place just down the road from JFK. We just knock on the door, say, "Hey, we're here," and the guy's going to be like, "Okay, hey, crash here."
Yeah, well, the thing is that there's only like 7-8 weeks left. There's only like 7 or 8 weeks left in 2023, and I have 3 weeks off. So good luck picking which weeks on that I won't be there.
Well, that's okay. Who says who says you have to be there? I know. I happen to have a very expensive lock set, kit. It's no problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have armed security.
Hey, Scott, how about you get there first?
Scott.
Get there. I'll call you when my plane lands. If you're still alive.
Hey, Bob is not security.
Bob is dead, Scott.
Did Bob die?
Bob died.
Oh man.
Who's Bob?
I mean, I know times are tough. The economy's down, meat's expensive. Really?
Bob died. He had an eruption in his ear.
Oh, man.
And unfortunately was taken to the Lord.
Who's Bob? Your cat?
One of my cats.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bob was the cat.
Man, I was hoping to come out there to that restaurant called Cats. They shut down.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's New York. 80% of businesses fail within the first 5 years.
Hey, is the Nazi soup kitchen still open?
I have no idea.
Man, we should have went there while we had the chance.
We should have. I mean, what could be better than a restaurant with cats just walking all around the place like they own it?
Is that what it was in there?
Yeah, there was a bunch of cats.
That would have been interesting.
As a cat owner, I would say, it's a little bit tougher to be, let's say, sanitary when cats are just walking around freely. So,
hey, remember, cats lick their asses.
Well, so do dogs, and dogs lick their owners' faces, and some of their owners actually tongue throat them. So,
I think if we would have went in there that night, you'd have went back home to some attitude.
Oh yeah.
It'd been like, who you smell like?
Oh yeah, they totally. They might have shredded up my arm or something.
Hey, did you ever see that? Did you ever see that video this comedian did about he's kind of like he makes up songs, anything. He says, hey, my 6-year-old daughter, creative like me, she makes up little things, so she writes poems all the time, and she shows up, we get a kitten. I bring the kitten home, and a couple weeks later, she says, "Oh, Dad, I wrote a poem about the kitten." Oh, okay. So he said in front of the entire school, she read the poem. And the poem goes something like this, and he kind of turned it into a song. But the poem actually, I'm trying to paraphrase here. It says, "I got a new pussy, and I love my new pussy. My pussy has long hair."
Hey, say that louder, Scott. Say that whole sentence louder.
Oh wait, and she says,
screenshot that.
But the pussy, my pussy likes my brother more than me. And it was just hilarious how the guy, he says, "Oh, there I am sitting next to my wife. Well, she did this, so I'm going to put it, and he made it into a song for her little poem."
I think all animals prefer males to females. Whether the animal is male or female doesn't matter, but they usually prefer males because us men, we're more honest up front.
Well, it depends on the animal.
Most animals. I think the only animals that bond with females is ones that don't have a choice. But if a couple adopts a cat or a dog, it always goes towards the male.
No, that's not true.
From what I've seen, it is.
It depends. I had when I used to breed Dalmatians.
You bred Dalmatians?
Mm-hmm. You know, the,
Fuck is wrong with you, Scott?
I had three female Dalmatians. I would get in a car. I mean, they would fight over who got to sit next to me. And put their head under, if I'm driving, stuff their head under my armpit.
If only that was real women, Scott, you'd be all set.
I mean, you're like, okay, I mean, okay, come on. And I didn't, they didn't care where we're going. We're going to the vet. Right? They jump all in the truck, and then there'd be an argument about, who gets to stick their head, And
wow.
The queen used to stick her head under my armpit while I'm trying to drive, and then try to shove up against my face.
Well,
the male Dalmatian, right? If somebody tried to hug my wife, he would bite their balls off. Like if you came in and said, hey, how you doing? Stay back 5-6 feet, because if you don't, you're getting bit. I mean,
did they eat spaghetti and like they would like suck in like a big piece of spaghetti and kiss?
Nothing like that, but yeah. But, I mean, no, there's just the way it was.
They made a Christmas.
Well, if they would fight over who gets to go under your armpit, they must have been pretty stupid dogs.
I mean, my ex-wife, she bought a dog for the kids, and when we got divorced, she took the dog, and then she said, hey, she didn't want the dog anymore. The daughters didn't want the dog, so the dog came here. Right? The dog bonded with my daughter, right? And and always hung around my daughter. And every time I walk into the house, this dog ran, and hid under a chair, just disappeared from sight.
Animal cruelty, my goodness.
Even though I'm the one that fed it, petted it, combed it, I'd have to yank him on, okay, come on, you got to get combed, because it was a black lab. It needed to be, taken care of. And my daughter never did, so I used to always take care of the dog. And, still, never even get near me.
Chocolate labs are more fun. We had a chocolate lab.
Is that what Jebby called you? The chocolate lab? Or no, the chocolate lap. I'm sorry.
Only at night.
Yeah, you're the chocolate lap.
Mm-hmm. I'm a chocolate bar. Melts in your mouth.
That's what I told B-Joy just tonight. She says, oh, you're like M&M? I said, yeah. Won't melt in your hand, but will melt in your mouth.
You teach B-Joy how to shoot yet?
Yes.
Okay.
She's afraid.
She's afraid?
Yeah. Oh, so loud.
Oh.
I said, well, here. I said, that's why you take this 4-inch shot, 4-inch barreled shotgun, and you aim at the door and tell, don't come in. And if the door, if you see the handle go, just pull the trigger. Because trust me, those 200 built, BBs that are going to fill the entire doorway will probably slow them down quite a bit. And if that doesn't work, cock it again and do it again.
We went to the local store. We started sizing up a gun for Jewel.
Yeah.
She's pretty excited.
Hey, we got here.
Who's Jewel? Your 6-year-old?
Oh, she's 8.
No. Yeah, we get her sized up immediately.
My sister had a German Shepherd mix. She told me it doesn't like men. Within a week, I proved to her that she was wrong. At first, she did not believe me, so I get used to me. Yep. My last thing is, yeah. I mean, these are the animals. A lot of animals, though, will reflect onto a man more because it's the alpha thing.
They say a man's best friend is a dog, not a female.
Huh?
Not a woman, a dog.
Man, best friend. Well, that's because because the woman will leave you, but the man, the dog won't. That's kind of where that came from.
Yeah, well, that makes them more valuable. What's great about cats, and I love cats, is that they'll tell anybody to just go screw off. Doesn't matter to them.
See, the nice thing about a dog, I mean, a well-trained, well-trained dog, you have to, establish who's the alpha, who's in charge, especially if you have more than one.
Yeah, well, that's what's great about cats is that they're the alpha. They don't recognize you as the alpha. And if they listen to you, then you should be complimented.
Mark's saying, hey, Mark's offering a suggestion, hammerless Smith and Wesson revolvers so she won't shoot it. So why, what kind of gun are you looking to get, Jewel? Something for what reason?
A shooting star, are you looking to go live? 1 for yes, 2 for no.
But I mean, hey. So what can
No, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, are you looking to buy her a pistol or are you looking to buy her, and why? That's a no. Well, hey, then jump up here on the panel, Star. Come on, Bruce. Come on up here.
If Bruce, drop the link. If Bruce
chooses
chooses to come on, he'll come on. If not, the guy's worked all week. Yeah.
He's tired.
And besides, you don't look like MK, Scoot, so he won't.
Hold on. I can fix that.
I mean, the temperatures dropped in New York like ridiculously over the last week. Last week it was like 82 degrees, and tonight it's like 48 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, here it's like this, getting down to 60s tonight.
Oh, 60s. Well, damn, you better turn on the heat.
Wait, let me try again.
Okay, I'm back.
Bruce, can you come up here, please? Please, Bruce.
Yeah, Scoot definitely has issues. James, do you happen to have in your closet a blonde wig by chance? Even one maybe that JB wears once in a while? I don't know. But I have no blonde wigs anywhere in the house.
I'm a pimp, and I make sure my tricks take all their stuff with them. You know what I'm saying?
No, a real pimp is check out the Rileys, where they just put like women on to if you want to whatever with them.
Yeah. I asked Bill about that. I said, hey, do they pay you? Do they pay you like a finder's fee?
A finder's fee?
Yeah. If they find a boyfriend when he does the single Filipina, is it? You get a finder's fee?
They be pimping.
Big pimping.
And they just got remonetized. Good for them. I sent you $100. You never appreciated it or said thank you for it, and then you don't read my comments in your chats. Good for you. Don't worry about it. I won't visit no more. Not a problem. Very easy for me to stop.
I got all dolled up for Bruce. No, he's not going to come there.
You're not addicted?
No, not at all. I'll just be done. I'm a funny person. Like I'll go to a person's channel all the time until I feel disrespected or not appreciated, and then I'm gone. Like I don't go there and troll and don't type in stupid shit. I just don't go. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he comes to this channel because I've never respected him.
No, you shouldn't. He doesn't deserve respect.
I call him names all the time, and hey, and they send him cheap perfume. That makes him happy.
Yes, send them like Drakkar and shit like that.
What was that crap I sent you?
Send some Old Spice.
Oh no, it wasn't even
Old Spice would be an upgrade, James.
Oh God,
it would have been a huge upgrade. I think what I sent you, like 3 bottles. It cost me like $4.
I don't know, Scott. I don't remember what the crap that you sent me. All I know is that some tata in the Philippines is enjoying it.
No, Arizona, there's dollar stores everywhere. Yeah.
No, they're really not. Now, if you want to see dollar stores, I mean, to be honest, you have to go. I mean, the place I saw the most dollar stores ever in the U.S. definitely has to be. Well, actually, it's a toss up between Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. And I don't know why. Yeah. Oh man, Arkansas. I mean, you can't go 2 miles without seeing a dollar store.
Huh.
I mean, they have dollar stores out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, okay, I mean, the second we pave a road, we put up a dollar store.
Oh. How convenient.
I mean, the guy that lives next door to my parents. And we were at, I asked him about it, and he says, "Oh yeah." He said, "Well," he says, "Well," he says, you either shop at Walmart or dollar store. He says, that's the way it is. And he's an electrical contractor. I mean, he's not a poor man, but he just thinks that the best deal he'll ever get is dollar store or Walmart. And the actual fact is, dollar stores cost much more than walking into any other store and buying something. Because what they do is they convince you that you're only going to pay $1, but you're going to get 80% of what you would get if you paid $1.10. So you're actually losing money. Smaller packaging.
I just like to say that it's not my fault that you're a broke ass, and that applies to anyone who the shoe fits. You can wear it.
No, I don't blame people for doing it. It's like the hype that they were told that Walmart has the lowest prices. Now, Consumer Reports.
I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about other people.
I'm saying,
That's not true.
I'm saying, I don't blame them. I mean, they were sold an idea, and they were sold an idea. I mean, Walmart spent billions of dollars.
No, I'm talking about the broke ass people in the Philippines. I just want them to know that your broke assness is not my problem or my concern. How you doing, Bruce? Welcome to the program.
What's up, Bruce?
No channel, no comment.
Oh
Bruce,
my!
are you there?
Yeah,
Are you there?
I'm here.
Are you glad you joined, Bruce?
No, I'm not here.
Too late, you busted.
Hold on. Is that a chuckle I heard?
A what?
I can't believe Bruce just chuckled.
Bruce is being told, no, I mean James is being told, what his opinion is. Hold on a minute.
Dog!
Is that Jebby? Is that Jebby in the room?
Yeah, it's Jerry in the background.
Yeah. Hey, Jebby, tell James what he should think. And when he doesn't repeat what you say, I want to hear the ringing of his ears.
Hi, Scott.
You busted, James.
Hi, Scott. Hi, JG. Hi, who's there?
Hi, Jebby.
Hold
Hey,
on, hold
Hi,
on, hold on.
Star. How are you
It's camera
all?
time. It's camera time.
Doing
Hold on.
fine. How are you?
I'm
Takes a
doing
second.
good.
No
E-
camera.
e-
No camera.
even with James in the picture, you're doing okay.
Hi. Hello, Jebby.
Hello,
I missed
Scott.
our hug.
Scott, stop scaring Jebby.
How is B-Joy?
She's doing.
Wait.
B-Joy is doing great. She's not near Scott, so she's doing great.
No, she's sleeping right now, but
She has
she's
a,
doing great. She's she's almost got her nursing license transferred here.
Yay! That's good. It's good to hear.
Then I can send her to work so I can quit working.
That
I
will
just
not
want,
happen.
I told her, I said, when I go to the Philippines, I just want to know how much she's going to send me each month.
You're so funny.
I just want to make this very clear right now. Because
I told James,
you guys get the high pitched voice, Jebby. I get the bass voice, Jebby.
no, I've heard the bass voice, Jebby.
Well, Jebby knows what to do to turn you on, James.
Yeah. I need some baritone,
Hey, James,
Yeah.
James, I heard the bass voice, Jebby. When she was
Did
talking
you?
to the girls,
Yeah.
it scared me.
Oh,
See?
Yeah, it sounded like B-Joy when she does that bass voice. Yeah,
You
like,
you
ooh,
gotta
that's
watch
bad.
out for those women that give you that high pitch. Hi.
Well, here's the best part. Today,
It's dangerous.
B-Joy says, she says, who was somebody told her she's kind of a flirt.
Well, James, when I visited the Philippines, I would hear a lot, "Hi, Daddy."
Oh, I thought that was when you were in Thailand.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Daddy.
"Hi, Daddy. I love you, Daddy."
Oh my God.
At least GB don't sound like that.
Oh my goodness. You never know. She got that bass, man.
I'm alto, so
So,
I have a little bit big voice.
Some-
Alto.
hey, JG,
I'm alto.
sometimes I gotta turn on the light and double check.
Really? I have these two girls, and then you still have the rest.
Come on, James. That's not true. Very many, a lot of women over the years, especially actresses, have had the deep voice like Demi Moore and stuff like that. That had the deep voice that all the men found sexy, just like you enjoy.
So I still have nightmares.
Jebby.
I'm out.
Jebby, question for you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How to respond to that? You just, the next time when James is making love to you, say, "Are you in yet?"
You ever notice how Scott's voice would just change all of a sudden?
Wow.
You gotta be
Oh,
afraid of
James,
that.
and as soon as either Jebby or your children come on, Scott's a different human being at that point.
That's because they're nice people.
He goes from Hyde back to Jekyll.
Yeah, be dangerous, Star.
Oh, Star is there. Hi, Star.
Hi.
Yeah, we miss your laugh.
Well, I'm here.
I need to copy, sir.
James,
No.
Star, you on the same boat as I am. She gave you the deep voice. She went, "Hi, Star."
Star,
It was more like,
superstar.
"Hi, Scott. Hi, Jaygee."
I at first I said hello, Scott.
No, so
I said that.
Well, if I get to
Is that-
say, if I get to say, I do appreciate the higher voice. If you speak to me, you can speak to the other guys in the deep voice.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Jebby, question for you.
question
Yes.
for you.
Are you saying Bruce actually laughs? 'Cause I've never heard him laugh.
Who?
Bruce, you saying he laughs? I've
Bruce.
never heard him laugh.
Yeah, I heard him laugh.
No, he
Who's
never
Bruce?
No, he's a mean guy.
Bruce
He's
is a
mean.
Question mark. Star.
Star. Yeah, Star.
The only
His name
time
is
I
Bruce.
ever heard him laugh was when he did the thing in his bathroom with the microphone on. That's the only time I ever heard him laugh.
With the microphone on.
What does that mean? Oh my goodness, I'm out of.
No, this is Scott. Just have some weird
I know.
dreams.
Yeah,
Scott have
he has
dreams.
his own world.
Scott has dreams of.
It's not
in the
old
bathroom
world,
with a microphone.
Jebby. It's just Scott's a strange dude, and he's into different things.
Dreams of Bruce in the bathroom with a microphone.
That's like one of his fantasies.
No.
Oh no! Oh boy!
You make me
boy.
gassy, Scott.
Again. I mean,
Scott also loved the audio of Bruce falling off the chair that broke when he was.
yeah, that was good. That was actually.
It almost sent him to the hospital. It was so serious.
Oh, don't listen to them.
Nice talking to you all.
Take
Nice
care,
talking to
JB.
you, Debbie. Good.
Notice how her voice went up. When she said, "Nice talking to you all."
Doesn't it make you wish James would get off the air and Jebby would stay there?
Scott, JJ, you all need to talk like, what do you call it? See each other. You like that.
I keep telling him, Scott, let's jump on a plane, but he can't because B-Joy will kick his ass.
Yeah, even though she's in another state taking a vacation with other women.
But hey, Jebby,
Yes.
hey, how about this? Right? You tell James, right? I'll send B-Joy down there by you,
Mm.
and I'll take James, and we'll go on vacation to Bangkok.
Bangkok?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go to Bangkok.
No, you don't want to go to outside the country.
I want to go to
Oh,
Brooklyn.
okay. Him and I will go to Brooklyn, and I'll drop B-Joy by you.
Sure.
Well, if I get a vote, I'd rather have you drop B-Joy off here and you two can go somewhere else.
But BJ,
Okay.
BJ will.
Hey,
BJ will
wait,
not
wait,
long-
wait! I gotta answer that. After a week, how much are you gonna pay me to take her back?
Scott,
You two are married, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
Scott.
No. You said drop her off.
Scott,
How much are you gonna pay me to take her back?
Scott, if we go to
She's
Brooklyn,
hooked to you, man. Not to me.
if we go to Brooklyn, Scott, I'm gonna take you to a strip club.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
Tell me where there's a strip club in Brooklyn.
I can name a few.
BJ will not.
Could you? There's really not that many. There might be one or two.
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't.
I make a couple calls.
You go do that.
We end up in Manhattan watching some drag girls.
No, I know. Actually, I know a couple places in Queens.
Yeah, me too. I know at least 3 places in Queens. I know one that used to be somewhere in Brooklyn. I know exactly where it would be. I don't know if it's even still in business at this point.
if Scott picks the joint, we'll be sitting there talking about, hey, what's that thing hanging at the bottom? Did you see something hanging?
Bruce, comment, Bruce.
Oh, Bruce is talking about, in Mississippi, where
Mississippi.
Mississippi, where the strippers sit hang low, and they swing to and fro.
No, Scott.
Are you there?
Huh?
Oh, wait, Bruce. Bruce is live.
Let's jump on the plane, Scott. Come on, let's go, man.
Bruce is live. I'll
No,
cancel my live stream and go over to his.
I didn't go live.
No, all right.
No?
So what you been doing, Bruce?
You know, I saw a thing on
Getting
60
ready to
Minutes
retire.
about Bruce is shot too. Me and Scott were talking about that in the beginning of the live stream. Bruce, give us your experience. How